Do you like that tasty tobacco? I love tobacco in fragrances, and I am going to show you 3 tobacco fragrances. I am going to show you a really cheap one, I am going to show you an expensive one, and one in between. We are starting with the cheap one, and the cheap one is the tobacco collection from Zara, and this is the one called Unexpected Fresh and Spicy. This one is warm and spicy, it's woody, it has patchouli, it's full of cinnamon, of course it contains tobacco. This one is actually really cool. It contains both the tobacco and some whiskey notes, so this is a boozy tobacco fragrance that is just so nice. It's also warm and spicy and full of cinnamon. All of the fragrances in this video is unisex, so they go perfectly on both men and women. So the Unexpected Fresh and Spicy is actually, I haven't used it that much, but this is so nice. It's, as I said, warm and spicy, it's full of cinnamon. It actually reminds me very much of a cinnamon bun, but it also has that sweetness from the tobacco that is just so wonderful. And this is a fragrance I actually use just whenever. I think it fits going to the office, to the gym, just go out meeting friends. It's really usable, and I really can't put a gender on this one. It's really unisex and it fits just anyone. The notes in this one is cinnamon, whiskey, and bergamot. It has patchouli, tobacco, and iris is just a beautiful note that I really love in perfumes. It also contains tonka bean, vanilla, and benzoin. Even though this is a really cheap perfume, I think the longevity is good. It stays on for quite some time, and it's one of those fragrances that smells just wonderful the moment you spray it on. And since it's so cheap, that is something you really can afford to do. I have tried quite a few perfumes from Zara, and one thing I do notice is that they are really good at tobacco fragrances. I have smelled many from them with tobacco that just smells wonderful. And if I am going to rate Unexpected Fresh and Spicy from Zara, I would give this one, actually I would give it like a 4. Yeah, I think it deserves a 4. It's a really, really good tobacco perfume, and for the price, I mean, this is almost for free. It doesn't cost much at all. We are moving on to the next, which is a little bit more expensive, and the one I am talking about is Mancera Red Tobacco. This is a warm and spicy tobacco, woody and sweet fragrance, and it's just amazing. Some of the notes are incense, saffron, vanilla, tobacco, some fruity notes like apple and pear, but also some flowery notes like patchouli and jasmine. Wow, this is so nice, but it is really, really strong when you spray it on. So, what you get when you spray it on is that really boozy, strong tobacco scent. And if you smell it just when you have sprayed it on, you can almost feel your nose burning. This is a perfume that projects very, very well, and it stays on for long. I don't think I smell this as much as other people do when I wear it. So I guess it's better for the people around you than for yourself. So actually I often spray this on a couple of times during the day when I use it, and probably that makes me smell too much perfume, but I really want to feel the perfume that I'm wearing, so I put on some extra. I think this one is really smooth, spicy, woody, a little bit sweet, and a very classy fragrance. And I I feel really sexy and classy when I put this on. And I do love the bottle, which is red and comes with a whole lot of attitude. This fragrance actually draws my imagination to a smoky bar with people wearing leather jackets and smoking cigars. I think this is a truly unique perfume, and I think it's just one of the best tobacco fragrances. I actually got this as a gift from a friend, and he couldn't have made a better choice. I really love this one. If I am going to rate this one, I am going to give it a 4.5. This is almost perfection. I love it so much, and I think this is just a perfect tobacco spicy fragrance for both men and women. And this is one that is not one of the most expensive ones, but it's not cheap either. So this is the one I was talking about in the middle. So I presented Zara's Unexpected Spicy Fresh to you, and that was the cheap one. This one is the one that is a little bit more expensive, and now we are moving on to the most expensive tobacco fragrance I own. And I think that you have already figured out that I might be talking about Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. This is the first tobacco fragrance that I ever bought. This is unisex, and I got the recommendation from a male friend, which also uses this one, and this was actually before I realized that there is no gender on perfumes. So I actually didn't think I could buy this one because I thought it was a male fragrance, and then I changed my mind and I bought it, and I just love wearing this one. This is a fragrance that really makes you stand out in a crowd, and when I have smelled it on a woman, it's almost every time someone who knows a little bit about fragrances and is interested in fragrances like me. This is really a perfume that makes you feel unique, special, and classy, exclusive. As the other two, this is a sweet, spicy vanilla kind of fragrance. It of course contains some tobacco, some spicy notes, vanilla, cacao, tonka bean, dried fruits, and some woody notes. And what I think you smell the most when you smell this is really the tobacco and the dried fruits. And I think that the dried fruits is what makes it so sweet. This is the kind of fragrance that really can be too sweet for some, but if you do like sweet and tobacco fragrances, this is probably a perfume you will love. So this is the most expensive tobacco perfume I have. I am so happy that I bought it, and this is actually this was actually extra expensive because when I was about to buy it, I thought it was so expensive. So instead of getting a bottle, I bought, they had like these travel packs with like 10 milliliters in one. And I thought that, well, that'll do. And I actually ended up getting the travel one, which I ended quite quickly. And it was more expensive than if I would have gotten just the full bottle right away. So this was extra expensive for me, but Tom Ford, their fragrances often cost more than others, but they are so worth the money because these are so beautiful. Actually, I have not yet bought any more perfumes from Tom Ford, and that is one thing I am going to make sure that I do this year because I really love this one, and I have tried so many from Tom Ford that is just wonderful. I just realized that I completely lied to you. I have two other Tom Ford perfumes, which this is so weird because one of them is my absolute favorites. It's like my signature scent, and that is Black Orchid. That is such a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And I also have Velvet Orchid, which is another just amazing perfume. So I'm going to review those two in another video. So if you want to see the review of Black Orchid and Velvet Orchid, remember to push that subscribe button because I will be making it soon. Those are two just amazing fragrances that I always get amazed by when I wear them. I forget them from time to time, but every time I put them on, I just feel amazing. Okay, so to the rating. If I am going to rate Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, I must give this a 5. This is just the perfect tobacco fragrance. It's so beautiful, it's so unique, it's so sexy on both men and women, and it just feels so expensive. It stays on forever, and you don't have to put so much on to smell amazing. This was 3 tobacco fragrances. I have showed you one that was really cheap, the one from Zara. I have showed you Mancera Red Tobacco, that is a little bit more expensive, and I have shown you my most expensive tobacco fragrance, which is Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. I hope you liked this video. Please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye.